And now, let us continue with this evening's festivities. Our next guest is a 2023 LEDA Alumni Honoree, Verónica Quintero, an Emmy-nominated journalist and member of LEDA Cohort 4. Originally from Washington State, Verónica watched her Mexican parents work tirelessly in physically demanding jobs, which motivated her to pursue higher education. During her junior year, Verónica's high school counselor brought LEDA to her attention, and she was later admitted as a LEDA scholar.
Verónica has nearly a decade of experience working as a bilingual broadcast journalist. She began her career as a reporter for an NBC affiliate, where she launched the first Telemundo newscast in the Pacific Northwest. She then continued her work with Telemundo in Las Vegas as a reporter for the evening weekday newscasts. There, she earned her first regional Emmy nomination for her coverage, for her coverage of the October 1st, 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas. She continues her work with Telemundo Arizona as their weather anchor. Verónica received her bachelor's degree in communication and a double minor in Spanish and diversity from the University of Washington in Seattle. And is currently pursuing a degree in meteorology from the Mississippi State University. And now, without further ado, it is our honor to welcome Verónica Quintero.
Good evening, muy buenas tardes. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. My name is Verónica Quintero, and I'm a part of LEDA Cohort 4. I must admit, I'm still shocked that I was chosen as LEDA's 2023 Alumni Honoree. It is an absolute honor to be here with you tonight to share my story and the tremendous impact LEDA has had on my life. And I'm gonna try not to cry. My story begins in Mattawa. This is a really small town in central Washington state. As the eldest daughter of Mexican immigrants, I truly believe I need to share my parents' story before I can get to my own. My mom's educational journey ended in the 2nd grade. She was told a common narrative: your place is in the home, and you should focus on becoming a good wife. My father, he finished the 8th grade, but at the age of 14, and as the oldest male in his family, he was forced to work to support his 10 siblings. Over 30 years ago, my parents traveled to the United States as undocumented immigrants to escape poverty, limited opportunities, and domestic violence. With nothing to lose and everything to gain, the chance at a better life is what motivated them. My parents would meet and settle in the Pacific Northwest. This is where they've spent the last 3 decades working as seasonal migrant farm workers, building a life for themselves and for my siblings and I. By the time I was 8, I joined my parents at the cherry orchards every summer, picking alongside them to earn enough money for my back-to-school supplies. If I wanted new tennis shoes, I was gonna earn them. My parents did not shy away from teaching me and my siblings the meaning of hard work. And I did not shy away from the chance to express how much I absolutely hated waking up at 3 a.m. to work with them. Unlike most of my peers, I looked forward to the end of summer and the first day of school when I could swap out my cherry bucket for my school backpack. I once thought graduating high school would be more than enough because no one else in my family had. Pushing the boundaries and paving a new path in academia was truly like exploring an unknown frontier, and the odds were not in my favor. I respected my parents for everything they did, but I knew there had to be better options for my future. I knew the first step was graduating from high school, that was clear, but beyond that, I did not have a blueprint for my education. In my junior year, my high school counselor spoke to me about LEDA. I'll be honest, I thought it was a scam too. I was very skeptical, and of course, so was my family. Between the lack of exposure to post-secondary education, the language barrier, to this day they don't speak English, it just sounded too good to be true. In fact, my parents initially said, no way, I would not be attending should I be accepted. But just like them, I figured I had nothing to lose and everything to gain, so I submitted my application. I'll admit I almost had to forge their signature just to get it in. Once accepted, I was overwhelmed with excitement, but also fear. Imposter syndrome quickly set in. In fact, I almost said no to LEDA because I was so worried my parents could not handle that summer without me. My counselor and teachers convinced me it would be worth it. I remember being awestruck by the beauty of Princeton's campus, the backdrop for the lifelong memories and relationships that I would create that summer through LEDA. But this was also a bittersweet reality check. For the first time in my academic journey, I was exposed to the rigor and the expectations that I'd eventually encounter as a college student myself. I was challenged to think critically, and I realized I had a lot of work to do, a lot of catching up to do if I was serious about succeeding. With LEDA's support and guidance, I graduated from Walluk High School as co-valedictorian and a proud Gates Millennium Scholar. Being admitted into the LEDA Scholars Program was my first exposure to what a new path in education could look like for my siblings and I. For the very first time, I felt like a post-secondary education was possible and attainable. Through LEDA, I gained a community that not only empowered me, but helped me reach my academic and professional goals. I went on to earn my bachelor's degree in communication from the University of Washington in Seattle, and I went through their honors program as well. I am so proud to say I'm the first in my family to graduate both from high school and from a four-year university. Thank you. My college degree has opened doors that I did not think were possible. I've been fortunate to chase my dreams, nearing almost 10 years as a bilingual TV journalist, currently working as a weather anchor at Telemundo Arizona. According to the American Meteorological Society, women account for only 29% of all broadcast meteorologists. In the hopes of raising this percentage, I'm back in school working toward a second degree, this time in geosciences with a concentration in broadcast and operational meteorology. My vision of leadership encompasses creating a space where women, people of color, and first-generation students can reach their full potential. A space where they're empowered through mentorship, guidance, and empathy. According to University Business, first-generation students are about twice as likely as those whose parents had a bachelor's degree to leave after their first year of school. As such, I'd love to give back to LEDA by mentoring other first-generation scholars and career fellows who face language and cultural barriers as I did. I'm gonna model leaders that made the biggest difference in my life as they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. The leaders in my life who nudged me to pursue opportunities and were my fiercest advocates. As I continue to work in honor of my parents' sacrifices, even though they're not here, they've done so much for me, and I hope that everything I've done is to honor them. I'm gonna keep going back to what motivated them, the chance of an opportunity. I really can't thank LEDA enough for empowering me to chase every opportunity imaginable. Thank you so much for investing in me, in my family, and thank you for changing lives.
Veronica, thank you so much for serving as an inspiration for those of us still working towards our degrees. Your story speaks to all of us. And now we'd like to present you with this.